My name is Mark Caplan.
And I'm Judy Caplan.
And we're the parents of a former student of King's, Joanna Caplan.
And where do you live?
We live in Montreal, Canada.
And is Joanna one of a number of your children?
Yeah, Joanna is one of 4 children.
And
our other children attended different universities. We have a daughter. Our oldest daughter attended Smith College in Northampton, Massachusetts. Our oldest son attended Brown University in Rhode Island. And our youngest son attended the University of Calgary and is presently doing graduate studies at the University of Toronto.
how would you judge Joanna's experience at King's in relation to the experiences of your other children?
Very favorably. I mean, we were amazed that Canada has a university of the caliber of King's and compares very favorably to both Brown University and Smith University. But in terms of an arts experience, King's ranks very, very high.
As parents, what does King's mean to you?
King's is a unique school, and we're very pleased that our daughter found it, because we really didn't know much about it. We had heard of it, but didn't know much about it. And we're very happy that our daughter had that experience.
And we like to tell a lot of people about King's and how it's a sort of a secret, especially in Montreal. We know the Toronto families know more about it, but here in Montreal, we weren't really aware of it. Even though we had 2 older children, we never heard of King's. So we just thought it was a great experience for Joanna.
And you say that King's is unique. What makes King's unique?
One of the primary things is the first year Great Books program that they have, which enables a young person to have an introduction to the great works in literature that most young people don't get exposure to.
And why is it important to have that exposure?
I think it broadens you. You have a better understanding of life, because you are exposed to what the great thinkers have written, and you're also exposed to how beautifully words can be put together. And I think that it broadens your horizons. It makes you a more interesting person. It makes you understand more about life, and it's a good thing. I wish I had done it.
Also, I think that just having all the students in the same boat, doing all the same books, and having to write the same papers at the time, it really helps to give them a feeling that they're in this thing together and they can discuss the books together, and it really builds a friendship and a special camaraderie among the students because they're all doing the same things. And this is another unique aspect of King's that is not replicated in any other college that we know of.
And that really speaks to the environment that encourages student growth and that sense of community.
I think that many of the King's students have the hallmark of really being highly motivated. They want to learn. They're interested in learning. They don't need people to prod them. And while I'm sure there are special cases where people need a little help here and there, the students, by and large, are a curious bunch, and they really want to learn. And I think that's also what makes King's a very unique atmosphere for learning.
What do you think Halifax contributes to the overall experience?
I had never been to Halifax before our daughter went to King's, and I found it a very charming town, which is not overwhelming in its size, and it's friendly, and it's got history, and it's cool, and the kids love it. So we were very taken with Halifax.
And it's also, as King's is connected to Dow, there's the opportunity to meet other students. There's other universities. There's 5 universities, I believe, around the Halifax area. So it is student-centered to some degree. and the scale of the city, of the town, that the city is very good and easy for students to get around. So I think it also, lends a lot to the whole experience.
And what is keeping your daughter busy these days?
My daughter is an aspiring actress living in, or maybe perspiring actress, living in Toronto and enjoying herself right now.
Was she involved in the King's Theatrical Society?
Yes. She was, I think, president of it at one point, and she had starring roles in many of the productions, and we used to come down to Halifax to see her perform, which was also a treat.
What would you say to other parents whose children are considering King's?
I would say that we would highly recommend King's as a university in Canada that compares favorably with anything we've seen in the United States, even the top Ivy League schools, and we're proud that Canada has an institution of this caliber. Although I would say that the child has to have the ability to focus and read these books, which they're going through at a rate of sometimes up to 1 to 2 per week, and it takes a lot of concentration and it's hard work. But if they can cope with that, I would highly recommend it.
After the foundation year program, what did Joanna do in her upper years?
She stayed at King's, and she took international, what is it, Judy? International?
Well, no, she graduated with a degree in contemporary studies.
Contemporary studies, right?
Yeah, contemporary studies.
With a minor in international
development. Yes, and after she left King's, she went on to take a very intensive course in theater in Massachusetts for 3 months, where she was immersed in a theater company. And from there, she decided to try, going to Toronto to pursue acting, and that's where she is currently. So, as she had taken an acting course a theater course in Montreal at our CEGEP level, which was a 3-year professional theater program before going to King's. So she was actually a little bit older than some of the students who were there, but that was not any kind of difficulty for her in any way. So she's pursuing the theater right now, and we'll see how that goes along.
And would you say that King's has made a difference in her life?
Yes. She loved the experience. She was enriched by the experience. She's made friends that she's still close to today. And overall, she only has fond memories of her experience at King's.
It was a 100% win situation for Joanna. She has made lifelong friends, as Mark says. And King's is part of her life, indelible. And it seems that she meets people who are in years a little ahead of her at times, and they're all connected. Whether or not they were on campus at the same time, they seem to have a connection. And this has sort of widened her circle. And it's been a very, very good experience for our daughter. And we were very happy that she was at King's.